Hello guys! Basically, this is a video where I'm going to be answering everything and anything y'all want to know. So I put on my Instagram, whatever the question box is, that thing, basically just asking y'all to put whatever you wanted about my future, next couple of years with college and everything like that. And you guys put a bunch of questions, so I'm going to be answering those today. I'm very excited because there were some really good ones in there. Y'all watched my college announcement video. You should if you haven't, because it was very interesting, very climatic, I guess is the word I should use. I had friends text me and they were watching it and they're like, literally this is so this gave me anxiety like watching it, and it was giving me anxiety doing it in right here like a couple months ago. That was super fun, and that kind of answered, I feel like I answered a few questions there, but I didn't really dive super deep into anything with college or anything like that. So I'm gonna be hitting more of that in this video. And I actually saw a lot of these on there. Was a lot of international people asking like how the whole process works, and I guess I didn't really ever think about this, but the process is so different depending on where you live, especially if you're in a different country. So in America, I mean, you just go through high school, and like your last couple years of high school, you can start doing like AP classes or dual credit classes, which basically means you're enrolled in a college and high school at the same time. So you're taking classes that count credit for both, but you're just doing them in high school, which is super nice. And then pretty much your junior year, your third year, is when you start taking the ACT or the SAT, which is kind of an exam you have to take, and you have to send your score to all your colleges. And that's something that they look at for admitting you into their school. And then pretty much the summer between your senior year, which is your third and fourth year, you start applying to college. That's kind of a lengthy process for me. I started it I think in like July, but I didn't finish it until December, so it definitely took a lot of time. But yeah, once you're done applying, you pretty much just wait. And I don't think a lot of them, they don't come back and say if you're in or not until like March or April. It's kind of, you know, very stressful, but that's kind of how you like apply to school. And then picking, you pretty much just, once you know where you're in and where you're not, you just kind of narrow it down and you pick one school, and that's where you're going. So what was the process of graduating early? I have a ton of people asking me this all the time of if it was worth it, if I regret graduating early, and in no way do I regret it at all. And honestly, looking back like now, I'm really like more grateful I did it. In my freshman year, I just kind of like felt like it was the right thing to do. Only like 2 kids I think before me had actually graduated a year early in my school, but they were super great at working with me, and I just had a counselor that I worked with and she helped me a lot, and we kind of got through my scheduling and everything like that. Pretty much that was the process. I just got everything aligned and graduated early. Okay, next question. Do you think people will make fun of you for being younger and or famous? I don't really think I'm famous. I don't really like when people call me that. I don't really think it applies. I think like Taylor Swift is famous, people like that. I don't really think I am. People definitely do make fun of me a little bit for like YouTube stuff like that. In high school, I got a lot of that. I don't expect it to really stop in college. I'm assuming it will probably still be there. As far as for being younger, I've been surprised looking at all these questions, like how concerned, not like concerned, but people are really like, I don't know what the right question is. They're kind of concerned that I'm going at 17 to college. Honestly, I don't feel like that's that young. I turn 18 in December, so it'll be like at the end of my first semester that I turn 18. So I don't think I'm like that much younger than everybody else, probably like a year or even less than a year. So I don't think I'll be made fun of that, and I don't think age like really applies as much in college, so I don't think I'll be made fun of for that aspect of things. Are you gonna be living with your grandparents or in a dorm? This is another huge one that I was very shocked by. I mean, I know like some people live at home still and do like college if they're local, but I wasn't sure people moved like out of state and were living with family while still going to school. I guess it makes sense. I am not going to be living with my grandparents, and I'm not going to be living in a dorm. I'm going to be living off campus in an apartment. I'll be close to some of my family, but I'm not going to be living with them. Will you give us tours of your room and dorm or house thing? This is another great question. How did that even happen? Ow. Oh my, I just hit my finger so hard. We're good. I'm gonna compose myself. I was very excited by that question. I'm going to be living with a few roommates. I don't know who they are yet. So as far as filming with my roommates or like in the apartment, that's a public space. So I'm gonna be like pretty respectful with that aspect of things, especially because I don't know like their comfort levels and stuff like that. So I definitely think the first couple weeks and months, we'll just be getting them, like if they're okay with it, then yeah, sure, they'll be and stuff. But if not, it might just be like me in my apartment room. Okay, how did you narrow down what you're going to major in? I can't make up my mind. it was kind of a long process for me as well. I think once you're into high school, you start thinking about it just a little bit. I always kind of wanted to try something more in the medical field, even if that's not what I end up in. I think I'd be really sad if I never actually like really tried it and saw if it was right for me. I knew I wanted to do something in that, and then I just got really interested in more of like the brain. So I was looking into like psychology and different things like that, like neurobiology. But I think majors a little bit, like they put a lot of stress on it in high school that you need to like figure out what you want to do. But I don't really think it's like that as much. I think you can kind of like try something, and if you don't like it, no sweat, you can try something else. What's one habit you want to grow or start when heading into college? Probably like working out. It sounds so bad, but like I never actually like work out. So maybe doing that. There'll be a gym in my apartment. Maybe I'll use that. I don't think I've been to the gym in a couple years at least. Will you still be doing videos every Thursday even at college? Yes, I do plan to keep making videos. That is the plan for now. Obviously things can change, but my plan right now is to still be doing YouTube, and yeah, I'll still be doing videos as far as I know. Are you going to drive there or flying? So I'm going to drive mine up with my dad. It is a long drive. It is like I think it's like 24 hours or 25 hours. So we're driving it up, and my mom is flying there and meeting us there to just kind of get everything settled, and then they're flying both home. So a little bit of both. With all of your credits, how long will you attend college? This is kind of a question I'm not really sure about yet. It depends on your school, obviously, and if you're taking credits over the summer and how many you come in with. But I am coming in with 27 credits, 30 if I pass an AP exam I took this year. I'll know in July. So I am coming in with quite a bit done, so that might change things a little bit. I would assume I'm there for 4 years, like a typical degree. Was it hard to leave? I am still home, so ask me in a couple months. Is Brooklyn still mad? No. We talked about it after, like I shut the camera off and we sat and talked about it, and I think she kind of understood a little bit more. I don't think she was mad as much as she was just kind of like shocked that I wasn't gonna be with her, and I think she was just like really sad that we weren't gonna be living together. But yeah, I don't think she was mad. Did the classes you're taking get somewhat inspired by Brooklyn and Bailey? No. Everything I do isn't like really inspired by the twins. I don't know why. There's a lot of questions about this. My college track is way different than the twins, so it wasn't really inspired by them, and I don't even really know what classes I'm taking yet, but they'll definitely they're not going to be business stuff. With COVID going on, will you guys be able to do campus on campus, or are you doing online in the fall? So actually BYU just came out and told us what we're doing. It's kind of dependent like on the student, what they want to do. So for me, I'm living off campus, so I can definitely live in my apartment if I want to, even if COVID is still like huge, because my lease starts in August anyway. As far as on-campus classes, right now the plan is that they are doing kind of a hybrid version of both. So when you're planning your classes, pretty much every class has an option for either online, like a hybrid where you like switch days, kind of where you like split the students. Then there's also like an online where you basically like zoom into the class, and then there's a fourth option where it's all online, where you use like Canvas and everything is already online, so it's just like an online class. So there's kind of 4 options, and you get to pretty much decide, which I thought was nice because I know Baylor, the twins already signed up for their classes, and then Baylor got to choose like what students got what. So I like that I get to pick, but also they are ending the semester at Thanksgiving break, so I will be home pretty much after that. So it's a little bit different, but still going to college. Do you know your roommates, or are they your best friends or mutual friends? I do not know any of my roommates. They are all strangers. I know the name of one girl right now, but I've never met her, and the other ones I don't even know who they are. I actually just emailed my apartment building, and I was asking if I could have the list of people I'm living with, just because I want to like, you're like supposed to divide up who's bringing what, and like I leave in like a month or 2 months, and I have no idea who I'm living with, so I can't like shop or anything. What's a good way to stay in touch with little siblings who don't have phones? FaceTime. I feel like that's the best way. You can FaceTime your parents and pass it on to your little siblings. Works. How will you move out at 17? Is it illegal for 17-year-old to live alone? No hate, no shade. Is it illegal? No. At my school, actually, when you're looking for on-campus living, they have an option for like normal, or if you're 17 or under. I think it's just becoming more of a thing for like kids to graduate younger and younger, so they have to have an option there, but it's pretty much the same, except for my parents, technically, we have to have their name on the lease because I'm not 18 until I turn 18. So it'll be mine next January when I turn 18 in December, but it is not illegal. At what age did you realize what you were gonna do with your life? I don't really think you ever really figure it out 100%. You start getting ideas of what you kind of want to do in high school, but things change so fast. I think it's pretty unrealistic to just expect that you're gonna know what you want to do. If you do, good for you, because it probably saves you a lot of stress. But I think it's just something you figure out as you go, and that's definitely something I'm learning, is I'm just gonna take it like a year at a time and just figure out what I want to do based on that. Are you excited to have to deal with driving in the snow in Utah? I have never driven in the snow because I've been in Texas when I learned how to drive, so no. I'm very nervous to drive in the snow. I'm probably not gonna do it a lot if I don't have to, but I am excited for the snow in general. Was it hard to apply and choose one school? Yes, it was so hard. I feel like there was so much that I liked about each school that it like really took me a long time to decide what I wanted. And in the end, I kind of had to realize that like every school, no matter which one I picked, I was gonna have like a very similar experience. No matter where I was gonna go, I was gonna find friends. I was gonna like have a good college experience, like class-wise and things like that. So it kind of boiled down to that and just more like which one felt right. So it was very hard, and it definitely took me a long time to kind of narrow it down. Finally, I got a good decision. Are you sad to leave? I think every kid is a little sad to leave when they leave for college, but it has been nice with like nice, but with current situations right now with the globe and everybody getting sick, it's been nice with quarantine and stuff like that, because everyone, like our whole family's home, so we've kind of had like a lot more time together than we expected originally. Or like when any kid moves out, you only have like 3 months in the summer and then they're like gone, but we've had like 6, and just like we don't have anything else to do but be with each other. So it has been kind of nice, and it's kind of like a nice farewell, so we get to spend a lot of time together. Is someone else gonna be taking your room? No, I think this is staying as a guest room. Pretty much everything will stay up here, but my mom has mentioned making this into her office. She can just work up here on this couch. Do you think you were kind of expected to go to Baylor? No, I think people, it wasn't like it was expected, but people thought I was going to go there. I think it even like kind of shocked my family a little bit that I didn't go there, but it was never like a, oh, you have to go here. It was definitely more of like a my decision thing, and I think it's very common for siblings to go to different schools, so I'm pretty surprised that people still think that, like, they're like, why didn't you go to Baylor? And I'm like, why did you go to Baylor? Like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me that people are like, why aren't you following your sisters? Because I feel like a lot of kids choose different things, so I'm not really sure why that's kind of an expectation. Will you be looking for a boyfriend? I love you so much. No, I don't really think I'll ever like be looking for a boyfriend. Like, oh, I've got my binoculars on, I'm looking for my husband. It's like definitely an option, and if it happens, then that's how it happens. But my focus is obviously school. And then finally, my last question, what's one thing you're excited for and one thing you're nervous for? Okay, excited for, I'm excited to meet a whole bunch of different people and have some new friends. I think moving to college, you meet some really awesome people, and you normally make some pretty close friends, so I'm excited for that. Things I'm nervous for, I'm like a little nervous to move out, just because, not because I'm like younger, because I don't really feel like that changes things for me, but it's just like hard to I'm gonna have to keep up with so much more stuff. Just living on your own in general normally is kind of like pretty hard, just kind of like shocking on how much you have to keep up with and do on your own. So that's something I'm a little nervous for, but I think it'll work out, and I think I'll be fine, and I can always call my parents or anybody else and they'll help me if I need it. But yeah, those are the things I'm excited and nervous for. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that answered some of your questions on what's gonna happen next. Things were kind of up in the air for a little bit with with COVID, but now things are a little bit more settled down, for at least now. So that's kind of my plan for now, and yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.